I've done this video a million times in the last 6 years, and I'm going to do it a million more times, would be my guess. There shouldn't be any more baby boomers or silent generation politicians left in power at this point in time. There should be none. My generation, Gen X, is entering into its old man, old woman phase, our senior phase. And I don't even think we should be running the show. The baby boomers have held on to the levers of power for so long that it should pass from the baby boomers to a combination of the millennials and the Gen Zers. They're the ones who should be running this country now. This is their country. The boomers are dying off in mass. There are only a handful of the silent generation folks left. And my generation, like I said, we're entering into our old age. We would be passing legislation that we won't live long enough to see the effects of. It should be millennials and Gen Zers running the show and preparing for Gen Alpha to come in behind them in a few years. And one of the big reasons why it needs to change is the mindset of the people who have been in control for decades. This is Lindsey Graham talking about this is Lindsey Graham.
When you look at the last few years since October 7th, many people in this part of the world say what happened in Gaza does not align with Christian values. Killing children, killing mothers,
I'll be honest
killing
with
families
you.
who are not militants.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all.
Why?
Because what did we do in World War II? Did we think 1 minute about starving the Germans? Did we bomb every city into smithereens? So this
You
is a
compare
war. No,
October 7th to World War II.
Yes, I am. This is an absolute existential threat to the Jewish people. What happened on October the 7th was 1,200 people were slaughtered, raped, and murdered and filmed by radical Islamists who would kill every Jew if they could, to the world. If you don't understand this is a threat to Israel's
And then they flattened Gaza.
just flatten it. We flattened Berlin. We flattened Tokyo. Were we wrong to drop an atomic bomb to end the Japanese reign of terror? Were we? So,
Maybe.
my view, if I were Israel, I would have probably done it the same way. Without military victory, there is no hope of breaking radicalism. We flattened Germany. We flattened Japan.
How many Americans
Wait a
believe
minute.
this?
Out of that, we were,
The way that how many Americans think the way that you do?
I think most Republicans think the way I do.
Even young ones.
You're just out of touch if you don't understand Republicans, when it comes to radical Islam, is on Israel's side. It's not even close.
That's Lindsey Graham not only saying that Gaza should be flattened, but it should be nuked. He asked, were we wrong for dropping the atomic bomb to end World War II? Maybe. I mean, we killed a lot of innocent people. The theory is that we stopped a lot more deaths by doing so, but I don't know if we were right to do so. Morally, it sure doesn't seem like the right thing to have done. And he's saying that Israel should have done the exact same thing, that Israel should have nuked Gaza. This is why people like Lindsey Graham should never be in elected office ever again. And it's not just the Republicans. Once again, I think Nancy Pelosi needs to go, and Chuck Schumer needs to go, and Angus King and Bernie Sanders and anybody from those generations. You want to talk about being out of touch? You're talking about nuking families. The period of American history where the baby boomers, and listen, there are a lot of really good baby boomers as well. The period in American history where the baby boomers are no longer in power, and Gen X is in their retirement years, and this country is being run by the millennials and the Gen Zers side by side, cannot get here fast enough. Tom, that means the acceleration of the end of your life, though. Yes, I understand that. I also have children and grandchildren that need a country to grow up in, man. that need a world to grow up in. I have a daughter in her mid-30s, a daughter in her mid-20s, a daughter in her early 20s, and a son who's a teenager. I have a teenage granddaughter, I have a 10-year-old granddaughter, and I have a grandson due in a couple of months. I am not thinking about politics and social issues through my lens anymore. I think about what's good for me, don't get me wrong, but I more so think about what's good for the people that are coming after me. And what we've got going on right now is not good for the people that are coming after me. That's fucking insane. Flatten it. Nuke it. If that is indicative of most Republicans, then shame on most Republicans.